Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It is Top Dash and Tommy, and I'm here with another video to bring you another DoorDash story of what it's like to be a DoorDash driver. So strap in. I know it's late, but I like to do a video every day, even if I got to put the video out at 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. Still like to do a video a day. Still like to take you guys on a ride. I mean, not literally a ride, like in a car. There's a lot of ride-alongs out there, so if you want any of those videos, you can find them out there. If you want ride-alongs, DoorDash ride-alongs. Mine is just telling stories of what has happened to me on the road being a DoorDash driver while I'm not on the road. I get stoned and reminisce about my DoorDash stories. Sometimes, a lot of times, they're old stories because I've been doing this for about a year now. I went full-time in January after moving back in with my parents for a short time. I decided to go full-time and really save up money, and so 6 months later, I ended up getting my own little place. Here I am now in it, and now I have a reason for being full-time. I gotta, gotta get to work, keep it serious, stay serious. But I still like to get my videos in and basically tell you guys stories of what it's like for me to be a dasher, or what it's like to be a dasher, and some of the experiences you'll come across on the road. Funny, scary, irritating, frustrating, happy, sad. There's a lot of things that can happen on the road. So with that being said, today is actually a very, very recent story. It's going to be something that happened to me today, which it had nothing to do with the customer, had nothing to do with the merchant, didn't have anything to do with the gate code, bad GPS, but not as far as direct where locations are. But the big issue I ran in today that caused me, I'm laughing about it now, but at the time, in the moment, I wasn't laughing about it. It was an issue all caused, like I said, not a customer, not a merchant, just technology. And not even like a crash, not even a technology like I had bad service or like the app was down. No, just technology just being stupid. That's all. So, without any more stalling and rambling on my end, let's get into the story of what happened to me today on the road. And this happened right at the end of my day, too. Right at the end of the little bit of time I was out dashing today. So, let's start it up. I get up this morning. I'm tired. I get up about 7:30 this morning because I did about 9 hours yesterday, and got back here late, did a video, got a workout in, got something to eat, and then crashed out hard. Woke up about 7:30 this morning, dragging. But I look at the app, in the market that's 30 minutes, 30, 40 minutes away from me is very busy. So I get myself out of bed and I head over to that market. And I can't even remember. No, I got an order when I first got. I got 2 orders when I first got there. One was a donut shop order, which really, really easy, was really easy pickup. And like, what's really cool about this market is you'll get pickups from the restaurant, and when you go to pick the order up and you confirm pickup and it brings up the direction screen and you hit directions, I have a lot of orders in this market that I don't get miles, how many miles it's telling me to go. I get yards. I'll get it saying, turn onto this road that's whatever, the road that's right next to the McDonald's. And it says 7, 8, 900 yards away from my customer. And there are days in this market where, especially if it's a day like today where I'm only going to be out for like 3-4 hours, if I can get a bunch of those little deliveries that are, the customer's 800 feet from the restaurant, that's great. Or 800 yards from the restaurant, that's lovely. That's 8 football fields away, Imagine how long it would take you to drive 8 football fields pretty quickly. Anyways, that was my first order of the day, really easy. $6 too, so it was like, good, really good order. Didn't really have a goal today. I wanted to make anywhere. When I left the house today, I was like, you know what? If I make $50, cool, today, because I'm not going to be out that long. If I make $100, awesome. If I make any money, then I'm happy still, because this market here is smaller, so it'll be hit and miss. So I knocked that delivery out, and then I got a $10 offer. This one was a little bit longer. It was about a 9-mile drive away from the Taco Bell to the customer, but I ended up in a new area that I never, not a new dashing area, but I never been out to this area before. It was called Redwood Valley, a little tiny town, like one of those one stop light sort of towns, which is the sort of town that I grew up in. I grew up in a little town like that. I grew up in a town that had two stoplights in it. Now, I mean, even the town, even where I live now, it's a city, but it's a very, very small city, and it's only 20 miles, like 40 minutes away from that little small town with 2 lights that I grew up in. So, I like working little markets sometimes, smaller towns. I like being able to work those smaller areas, but they're hit and miss though. Sometimes they're busy, sometimes they're not. But I'm rambling a little bit, so let's keep it going. Actually, this ties into the hit and miss because after I dropped off that Taco Bell order, I was out of the area. Oh yeah, and that's why I was bringing up little towns. This town that I was in, it wasn't in my market because this is where the delivery was. It was a nice little, one stop sign town. So it was kind of like cool, So that delivery ended the dash that I had at that time. So I'll get out of the car, have a cigarette, normal routine. All right, get back in. Now I got to drive back into where the market is. It was about 5-6 minutes or so. Log back in. And then I drive from the north end of town to the southern end of town, and I hadn't gotten an order yet. So I decided I got to go, know if it's the steering wheel or the steering wheel. I know it's the steering wheel, but I don't know if it's the brand of hand sanitizer that I'm using or if it's just the fact that I've had this car for 3 years and the last year or so I've been using it for DoorDash. Or if it's a combination of this new hand sanitizer that maybe it's or this hand sanitizer I'm using that maybe it's a new formula, and mix that with the fact that I've, been driving this car for 3 years now, and the last year I've been pretty much every other day, if not, sometimes 7 days a week in the car driving. So, the steering wheel is starting to flake off, and I'm getting it on my hands while I'm driving. It's been bothering me for the last few days, and there's a few other things I had to get, and so I'm like, you know what, if I'm not getting any orders, and I just drove from the north end of town 4 miles to the southern end of town, I'm going to go into Walmart and take care of what I need, and hopefully I get an order. So I went to the Walmart, got a steering wheel cover, got a few other things. A nice, real red steering wheel cover, actually, and even feels like maybe it's just because it's new and it's different, but it even feels like my car handles and turns a little better. I got better grip. I like it. Anyways, finish up at the Walmart, get out. I still don't have an order. Have a cigarette before getting in my car at the Walmart. Still don't have an order. Get in my car, start driving. Well, I had scheduled myself to dash till 10 a.m. and I see it's 9:54, 9:55 or so. And I'm like, should I just end the dash and start another one, or maybe I extend it? I don't know. We'll see what happens. I go, don't touch it. Just get out of the Walmart parking lot, and we'll see what happens. And sure enough, at 9:59, I got a $9 order for, I think maybe $7 or $8 or $9. I can't quite remember. I'm kind of stoned right now. But for a place called Stars Restaurant, really, I like picking up at this merchant. Sometimes a hostess can be a little hit and miss with me. Sometimes she's really, really nice. Sometimes she's kind of, I'm not even going to say rude, because she's not. It's not so much that she's being rude. She's just, there's points and times where she can just kind of be blunt. I don't know if blunt's even the correct word. Just kind of like, I don't know. We're all guilty of it. We didn't have to act that way at that time. I don't know. But sometimes I come in, she's really, really polite, and then you have to sit off to the side, and they have a little table. So either if your order's ready, it'll be on that table, and if it's not ready, I just, I've been there enough that I know, hey, you can just chill right there in that little chair, and then they bring the order out eventually when it's ready. So I'm chilling there. I'm looking at my phone. They got Michael Jackson's Billie Jean playing, restaurants. So I'm like, yeah, man, it's Saturday morning, listening to some tunes, making some money, playing on my phone. Got a new steering wheel cover, so the lady brings it out, and same hostess I always deal with, like, hey, hey, how's it going? She goes, hello, DoorDash, right? Yeah, I go, I'm just double checking, be good at my job and double checking. Yeah, for Kimberly. And go, yeah, we only have one right now. Sometimes, so, there's times where she's really, really nice. And even her interaction coming out, hey, DoorDash, was really nice. And then just kind of bluntly like, yeah, I know, we only have one order. Like, okay, no, sorry, I'm just trying, just double checking, double checking. So, sometimes the hostess is hit and miss, but she's never outright rude to me, so I'm not throwing any shade at her. So knocked out that order. I'm trying to think if I had to wait a little bit, yeah. I had to wait a little bit to get a second. Oh, I was going to get gas after that. So after I dropped off that order, I was trying to go get gas, and I was working my way to the Sinclair gas station, and because I like the dinosaur. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and grab. I got some cash back from the Walmart, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and grab an energy. Now I can go grab a second energy drink for the day, because I got that little tiny extra from the cash back, and I'll get gas. So I'm trying to drive to where this Sinclair gas station is. I'm wondering, I'm like, am I out of my zone? Did I pass it already? Am I out of my zone? Did I pass the gas station? Is my dash over? Bling, 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 bling. Got another donut shop order. Easy pickup, easy drop off. Boom, boom. At that point, I get a second order. No, I got the orders of this mixed up. I'm sorry about that. I had a McDonald's order that was before this this donut shop order. This donut shop order is what puts into play what happened. I was gonna say, I know I did 4 separate dashes today. So I know the first one was those 2 orders. The second one was just that one, that Stars restaurant, and that's right. The third one included, there was a McDonald's and something else in there. I want to say maybe another Taco Bell order, possibly. Yeah, there was another Taco Bell in there. There was. Yeah, there was another Taco Bell in there. There was a McDonald's in there. And then I was working my way to go get gas. And then I got this donut shop order that set into motion the meat of this story and the true incident. So I get a donut shop order, easy pickup, but the drop-off's way out in the, not the cuts, but like where the people that have a little bit more money than the people that live in town live. So there's a good amount of apartment complexes and smaller homes in this town, in this little city. And then there's several different areas where you drive 2-3 miles outside of the city limits, and there's this estates and that estates or this estates. And this was one of them. I'd actually been out into this area before, so I knew where it was. And it's not, like I said, it wasn't even this order. It wasn't even the customer. It wasn't even the merchant that set this into place. It was technology. So I'm maybe 600-700 yards away from the house. And at this point, I'm driving slow. I'm watching the road. I'm watching the GPS. And, it's telling me your destination will be on the left. Now, this area is kind of like a mix of like estate and like ranch homes, and like, so I'm looking to see, okay, there's gonna probably be, just in case if like, hey, is there the mailbox for the address, and that's where the GPS is located, and I'm gonna have to drive a little bit down a dirt road, so I'm kind of looking out for that. All of a sudden, bling, bling, I get a stack. Granted, for $12, it's going, I'm out of town now. I'm like, I think I'm on, this town's pretty north and south, so I'm like 2 or 3 miles to the east outside of town, out of the city limits, but I'm not out. I'm out where the roads are dead ends. These are neighborhoods. These are way out in the cut neighborhoods where the road dead ends, so I'm going to have to drive back into town to get back on the freeway and go north to go home. So I get a stacked order that's taking me back into town, which is the way I'm going to have to go anyways. So problem number 1 is it comes to me while I'm driving. And now I'm focused on the offer instead of focused on where I'm driving because my GPS is taken away. Hit the button to accept the order. Problem number 2, takes away my directions, and it brings up just the way the app works and the algorithm and the technology, even though I'm 800 yards away from the customer with the donut shop, and I've spent the last 9 minutes driving out there, and I just got this order sent to me in the last 10-15 seconds. The way the app is, the way the algorithms are, I don't know how it works, but it wants me to drive now the 2-3 miles back into town, pick up the order at this deli, drive back to the customer that I'm 800 yards away from. I don't realize it's wanting me to do that, so when it takes away my direction screen, which it does that sometimes when you accept a stacked order while you're in this new way that they stack orders. So I hit the button for directions, thinking it's just, the directions for the people's home again. I want to get back, maybe I'm like, I'm thinking, at this point, I'm thinking I passed their home. I had passed their home. Their home's still up the street, but I'm thinking that I passed their home because I was focused on the new offer. So I hit the directions again just to make sure that I'm not past their home. And it seems like it wants me to turn. It does. It's telling me to turn around. So I'm thinking that I did pass their home. So I flip a U-turn in this little tiny, flip a U-turn in this neighborhood. start driving, and then I see the next thing it wants me to do is in 3.2 miles, get on the US 101 North. No, wait. I realize it's wanting me to go to the deli now. So now I'm like, well, did I pass the customer's house again? Have to jump to task and stop the car again. Have to jump to task, punch in, drive to the customer that I'm near. Basically, and the way that the Google Maps, the in-app navigation works, to where it makes it seem like you need to make a U-turn, but once you make that U-turn, it tells you, ooh, no, make a U-turn. So you end up making 2 U-turns. So basically, long story short, because this is a long story now, basically I was just doing donuts. I did about 4 circles in this neighborhood till I finally got myself centered and got myself refigured out where I was and realized, all right, I got to go up here straight, and that's where the customer's at. By this point, I was beyond frustrated, and the words were coming out of, you could understand the words that were coming out of my mouth, because they're words I don't want to say. They're words that you say in the privacy of your own car with the windows up. But I was beyond frustrated, just because this didn't need to be this hard. This didn't need to be this hard. Technology, why you got to be so mean? I mean, and that's all. It was a really simple thing, but it just, I'm sure the customer too, I'm sure they're looking at their phone going, okay, why is my Dasher doing donuts in my neighbor's, in front of, in the street in front of my neighbor's house? He's just driving around in circles over and over again. And then, after they see that, I'm sure they're looking out their window to be like, what's going on with my food? And then they see a guy all flustered, and, at this point, so I'm in front of the customer's house. I'm not using words that you would use in the privacy of your own car with the windows up. At this point, I'm like talking to my phone like I don't even know what I'm talking to it like. Because I don't have a kid, or I don't have a girlfriend, or any, maybe a dog that you don't want to get mad at, but it's just not doing what you want to do, and you're just like, why? And the customers, it looks like I'm doing donuts down the street from them, and then, I pull up in front of their house. If they are looking out the window, they see a guy all frazzled getting out of his car, talking to his phone, going, why? Why did you have to make that so hard? You didn't need to make that so hard. Why? And then they drop off their food, take a picture, and write, thank you, have a great day, and then walk back to their car going, why? Maybe that's why every once in a while I get like a 4-star rating in all of my 5s. Maybe that's why I get 4 stars sometimes, because of the technology. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I know it was a little bit long. I know I rambled a little bit, but hey, it was a fresh story in my head, and I wanted to get the details out and, tell those DoorDash stories of what it's like to be a Dasher with hashtag Dasher Stories. So anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like this video, you don't like my DoorDash content, you thought the video was too long, you don't like that I get high while I'm making my videos, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. But if you're so kindly inclined and you want to hear more Dasher stories that I will try to give every day, I'm sure I'm going to miss a day here or two, but I try to give a story of what it's like to be a DoorDash driver from my experience every day. If you want more videos and more stories like that, hit the subscribe button. But this has been Top Dash and Tommy, and I will see you guys all in the next video.